Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jeff with AutoHunter.com, and today we're going to be looking at this beastly one of 50 2021 Dodge Challenger drag pack. But before we get into all the goodies, specs, and details, first a quick word from our sponsor. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at this one of 50 2021 Dodge Challenger drag pack. This car specifically is number 47 of 50, as we'll see on the sort of tag plate later. But one of the interesting things about this car is that this is a drag-focused, non-street legal race car. And let me show you some of the differences, because while it may look pretty plain on the exterior, when we go to take a look at this engine bay here, you'll notice that this is far from stock. Sitting where what would typically be either a 6.4 or a 5.7 Hemi is now a 354 cubic inch supercharged V8 that is rated at an NHRA output of 630 horsepower. Now, this has a bunch of other goodies in it, but what I want to point out is those of you who watch drag racing and understand the way NHRA ratings work, that NHRA rating only means that's the race class that the car participates in. In reality, the output of this engine is more likely upwards of 1,500 horsepower. So this can run a quarter mile about 7.5 seconds. This is a blisteringly fast car, even though it looks like a mostly stock Dodge Challenger on the exterior. Some other goodies that come in with this is obviously this is a very serious piece of kit. It also comes with a Holley ECU to help run a lot of the other goodies, and even has the ice box here that feeds directly into the supercharger to help keep everything cool during the drag run and make sure that you can keep those 7.5 second drag runs consistently happening. Looking at the edges here, you can see that this actually has the adjustable coilovers as well to help keep that suspension level and of course keep it set as you're going around. Now, one of the other cool things is right here we can see we've got our engine plate as well as the series number for the car, and the reason that that plate exists is if we take a quick look over here, right where would normally be a VIN plate is actually an empty plate. These cars do not have a VIN as they are not registerable on the street, which makes it pretty interesting indeed. So one of the things I wanted to point out is on this car here, you'll see these yellow bumpers, and you can obviously see them on a ton of street cars, and that's because these are actually on there to help protect the splitter that comes standard on the factory car as well. One of the things you don't know, unless you get up close and take a look at it, is this actually says to be removed by dealer. So these are really only intended for transport. If you still have them on your car because some of them were not always removed, you should definitely remove it unless you're transporting the car, just as an FYI, because even I know the designer of the Dodge Challenger and its aesthetics even did not like the way they looked on the car. So, funny story. Now, as we look to the exterior of the car here, you'll notice some other things, like it is missing a window here, which would normally be usable for the street, but you don't need it in drag racing. That is just drag. So this is reduced and more air efficient, a lot friendlier to the air. And another thing is these cars come equipped in a sort of a basic profile, and they come with your choice of your high impact colors if you want, or even heritage graphics. You can see this car has some heritage drag pack graphics as well on the exterior. Another thing is you get your choice of either weld or Bogart wheels. In this case, this car is actually equipped with the weld wheels, as you can see here. And obviously these are lightweight but heavy duty wheels specifically built for drag racing. Weld has been in the industry forever, so it's nice to see that included in there. And then this car is not a high impact color, it's just your standard white. So let's go ahead and let's check out the interior, which has also been kitted out for drag racing. There's no locks on this car, but here is the interior. As you can see, that is an NHRA rated roll cage, including a 3-speed drag racing equipped turbo 400 transmission, and your choice of bucket seats, which is another option for the drag pack. And we even have the drag pack selection at the top. You can see some of the carbon fiber inserts over the roll cage. Those are just kind of placed over top, obviously, because that would not pass the regular tech for a roll cage. But you can see here, even the steering wheel is removable. And this is a very serious racing interior on the inside, despite looking pretty similar to the factory. A lot of things have been replaced in order to run with that Holley ECU that is now equipped on the car. Of course, we have some big weld wheels on the back with some sweet, sweet non-street legal drag slicks that give it an absolutely sweet look. And of course, a necessary add in order to make sure that you can run those 7.5 second quarter miles. Now, coming around to the back, one of the other things that really helps this car, parachute aside, and of course the wheelie bar here, But sitting under here is actually a 4-link rear suspension, along with some more adjustable coilovers to make sure that you can set up the car just right based on how you want the car to launch, including, of course, this wheelie bar and the parachute, of course, if you want to just boost it up, make it go that much faster, and of course some of the other drag racing accessories to make sure that this car passes tag. So this is a very serious car indeed, and if you wanted to purchase one of these, you'd be looking at an MSRP of about $135,995. So these are much more expensive than even a Hellcat or even a Demon, if that was the direction you were heading in for these cars. And with more options equipped on the car, you can expect the prices to go up and up, but it's a very serious competitor for the drag strip. So this is perfect for that person in your life that's looking to go drag racing. So with that, that is a quick look at this. You'll even notice that this wing's a little bit different, but still has the backup camera and some of the other basic stuff, which is pretty interesting, but a totally different car from what we would typically expect. And it's just a menace. It's cool to see we have these factory production drag racing cars, and it doesn't get better than that heritage style livery on the exterior. So with that, if you guys enjoyed that video and can drop a like on it, we'd really appreciate it, and get subscribed as we release videos like this regularly. So with that, check out AutoHunter.com if you're looking for a collector car, and thank you so much for watching.